we want to turn over to a Turn on the Spotlight segment. This is a segment that was suggested to us by a viewer. It was a fantastic idea, so we've run with it. Every week we look at one player who's not getting the recognition they deserve, and we turn the spotlight on them. This week we have Ravens starting safety Geno Smith. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Who actually, I believe you mentioned in the pre-show, B leads the league in picks, right?
He is second. Yeah, so Geno Stone is second in interceptions in the entire league. Yeah, behind Bland for the Cowboys, I believe. Yeah.
Perfect. So with that, we're going to be talking. Well, I say B's going to be talking about Geno Stone. So I'll turn it over to him and inform you and me about the fantastic player that is Geno Stone.
Yeah. So actually, it's kind of funny. When I was prepping for this segment, what I usually do is kind of like pull up, NFL.com and go through like the stat leaders, see if there are any names I don't really know or whatnot, trying to find a cool like story. And I saw Geno's name there, and I was like, dude, I've never once heard of this like guy. I've never once heard of him, and he has 7 picks this year, which again is second in the entire league. And I was like, okay. And then I saw he played for like the Ravens. I'm like, I surely would have heard his name. I mean, the Ravens one of the top teams in this season so far. It's like I just never heard of him. So sorry to the Ravens fans out there. I'm not a ball knower regarding the Ravens, I guess. And their setup is a little bit weird. But before I get into that, let me do a little bit of a background check on him. So Geno Stone, 4th-year safety out of Iowa. What's cool about his story too is he's a 7th round pick. And he was like mid to late round, I think too. It's crazy. And now, yeah, he primarily plays free safety. And I know that the Ravens have 2 other studs at safety. We did a breakdown or a spotlight on Kyle not too long ago. I think a few weeks ago now too. So I watched him film. I couldn't tell exactly like when Geno Stone like rotates in based off like the package or stuff like that, whether it's like dime or nickel or whatever like that. So sorry for y'all that know. Maybe like tell me here in like the comments. But I did see at PFF that he mainly lines up at free safety whenever he is in. So yeah, so let's go with the background for his stats too. So 2023 stats. We know he has 7 picks. He also returned 101 yards. So it's not just like he's getting a pick and like falling down. Like this dude is like flipping like the field, which is great to see. And he also gets busy. He has 68 total tackles, and he also has 9 pass breakups. So he's always like back there in coverage. PFF had his coverage score of like 80 something. I think it's like 80 or 83. It's super high. It's awesome. And that's really what I like about him getting to this section here. He's just a ball hawk. Like when you have 7 picks, I think you gained that like title. And DBs have like this mantra that goes like tips and overthrows belong to the defense, right? Whenever to overthrow a tip, defensive players expect, that ball is going to be picked off. And that's exactly what he does. I mean, in his like highlights, it was like he was back there, whether it's a deep half, he's playing cover 3, maybe he's like the high hole safety, whatever. He was always in the right spot. And sure, like sometimes the quarterback would just like this sail ball over top of the receiver's head. Sure enough, he was there. Boom, return it for like 40 yards. It was pretty cool to like see. Yeah, so having here, he has great instincts. I know like a fan might watch, like, well, the quarterback overthrew that pass. He didn't really do a whole lot. It's like, no, he read that play. Like he was there and the spot to make the play for anything to like happen. And that's skill. Some people just sometimes don't have that. Like how many times have you watched a game where a guy runs like a post and just burns people? Like, damn, how did he get so wide open? Where's like the safety? You don't see that often with Geno Stone. Like he's always in the right spot. And if he's not making a pick, maybe he's breaking up a pass, or he just sees the quarterback sees him covering that route and doesn't try to throw that. So he's always there. His run grade on PFF actually was a little bit lower. I think it was like close to 40, which I was actually surprised about because I like the way that he can tackle in the open field. Like as I used to play safety, and I know you get this too, E, but like like that natural like alley that forms where there's like an outside run, or like a screen, right? You have two stock blockers and an
Right.
alley that
Yeah,
forms.
opening of the
Yeah,
sea, that kind of goes. Yeah.
the part in the sea, yeah. So as a safety, you need like gonad to go down there, bro, because like it's you and the whoever, like the running back or the receiver, whatever, and y'all running full speed, bro. You can't like tippy toe down the alley, or you're gonna get toasted, right?
Go
And
for it.
he'll yeah, exactly. Yeah, the good old yeah. But he'll come down full speed and smack him. Like there was no like hesitation. He'll go down there and hit him. And maybe be like a right at the line, or maybe for like a 3 yard gain. But I really like the way he just like came downhill, and like he doesn't play in the box, right? So he's coming back from like 15-ish yards deep, right? Sometimes even like 20, right? He takes a couple like resets and then he shoots. So like the run like 20 yards, like full speed, and there's like alley just knowing, hey, it's gonna me and this like running back right here. We're gonna meet up and see who's like the bigger man. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he did that a lot. So I don't know,
Conversations.
maybe yeah, yeah. So I don't know if PFF is like just hates him or something, but they looked all right to me in like the run game. But if you're a Ravens fan and you're watching this, you're like, no, Brendyn, he misses a lot of tackles. Tell me, because there wasn't a whole lot of film on him. I just watched like I found like 3 different highlight tapes of various years, and they're like 3 minutes long. So it wasn't like a huge sample size, but that's just what I saw, and that's what kind of stood out to me. So, yeah, I just want to give Geno his flowers. I feel like I'm that Ravens defense, and like great Ravens defense, he's not really mentioned that much, but he's a turnover star. I think he plays ball the right way, and maybe get a few more picks here in the rest of these playoffs. So that's the breakdown there.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, sounds like one of those dudes. It's crazy how the Ravens have just like the ultimate no-name defense. Like you can't really like I can name Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith, sure, Marlon Humphrey. I mean, they just have so many, but they every dude they have on there isn't a superstar, but they all just perform so well. Like it's just so
Yeah.
many dudes that just collectively come together make such a great unit. So thank you for deep diving into another one of those Ravens players and giving a name to the no name defense. I really appreciate